Gemini, I'm your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for the month of December 2017. Now, what I'm going to do for this horoscope, Gemini, is I'm going to start first talking about the full moon in Gemini on December 3rd in your sign. Then I'm going to talk about the new moon in Sagittarius on December 18th. Then I'm going to talk about what's going on in between the moons and what's going on after. I know that may sound a little bit confusing to be jumping around a lot in this month, but it's what just made the most sense to me intuitively. In a way, yeah, just the best way that I thought it would be for me to deliver this message and to make sense of this month. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope it makes sense to you, and I hope it all comes together by the end of this. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to jump in, Gemini, and I'm going to talk about what's happening. And I'm going to start with the full moon, December 3rd, right here. What you're doing at the very beginning of the month is that you are ending something really close to you and your identity and who it is that you are in some way, or bringing some kind of identity, something close to you, to completion, okay? The reason why you're ending some kind of thing with your identity and what's going on with you is so that you can start to more fully here, especially at the middle of the month at the new moon, commit to your relationships and to other people, with the new moon going to be in Sagittarius in your 7th house of partnerships and of other people. Right? And I think at the beginning of the month, you're trying to figure out and make sure that all your needs are taken care of and that everything that you want is done and is completed, so that you can start to begin to work better with other people and commit to working with others, and perhaps a way maybe that you haven't recently. All right. So I think that's what's going on. I think there could be some confusion as you try to figure all of this stuff out. That's because Neptune, which is here in your 10th house of career, is in a square to this full moon that's going on. So there could be some confusion as you're trying to end something very close to your identity to work with other people about your career. Maybe you're just a little uncertain about where your life is going, about your life direction, about what's going on in your career as you're trying to move forward and have some relationships that you want. Maybe you're a little confused about what relationships can get you in the direction that you want to get to, and how it is that you can work with relationships in order to have the career and the reputation that it is that you want. So I think there could be some things going on there that you're trying to figure out. I think some of this confusion as well has to do a lot here where Jupiter is in your 6th house of your job and of your daily routines, with Jupiter here in a trine to Neptune. So I think you're trying to have a job or a set of daily routines that can get your life in the right direction, move your life in the spot that you want it to be, have the career that it is that you want. And I think you're trying to figure out how you can have the right job, the right career, and how you can work with people to move your life in the right direction and to have a better set of daily routines in some way. And really needing to, at the beginning of the month, make sure yourself is in order and make sure you've done everything that you can so that you can begin to work with other people to create a life that it is that you really want. Okay, I think as you're trying to figure all of that out at the beginning of the month, Mercury also going retrograde here in your 7th house of relationships, also helping you to make sure if you're going to commit to some relationships, if you're going to commit to working with people, I think Mercury retrograde is going to help you to make sure that you're committing to the right people, the right relationships, that this is what you really want. These are the people in your life that you need. And I think that's what you're trying to figure out at the beginning of the month, so that you can overcome some confusion to do some things that it is that you really need to do. Okay, so that's what is going on here at the very beginning of the month. All right, now I'm going to talk about the new moon, which is going to happen here in Sagittarius on December 18th, and it's going to be in your 7th house of partnerships and of relationships, normally of the one-on-one variety. Okay, now I know I just talked a lot about relationships and I talked a lot about partnerships as well for the past few minutes. All right, but the reason why I talked about that and why I'm going to talk about it some more is because new moons and full moons are related. They come in pairs. You cannot separate them. So it's very hard for me to talk about a full moon without also talking about the accompanying new moon in some way, which is why I kind of am doing this horoscope the way I'm doing it. As to where the beginning of the month, is all about you trying to take care of yourself and make sure that your needs are taken care of so that you can move forward on relationships. The second half of the month at the new moon, Sagittarius, December 18th, is going to be all about committing to working with other people and throwing yourself fully into your relationships in some way and really needing to go there, which is why it's important to work yourself out and your needs out at the beginning of the month. Right? The reason why I think relationships are going to be huge and why you're going to have to make a major commitment to working with people is not just because this is a new moon. Right? There are new moons all the time. But because this is a new moon very close to Saturn, which has been in Sagittarius for the past 2.5 years and about to leave this month. So whatever commitment you're making to people this month is something that's been in the works for quite some time, that you've been thinking about, that is just now going to come into place at this month to help you begin to move forward in a really, really big way. All right, and really needing to do that and really needing to make this commitment to people, to relationships as you move forward. I think as you make this commitment to working with other people, okay, and moving forward on that, there could still be some confusion and some hurt feelings with Neptune and Chiron and here in your 10th house of career, since both of them are going to be making a square to your 7th house. Around the new moon. So I think there could still be some uncomfortable feelings towards the new moon, the middle of the month, about where your life is going and about what relationships can help you move your life in the right direction and in what ways. But I think you really need to push forward for the last time, for once and for all, any uncertain feelings you have about your life and about where your life is going and about what people you need in your life to get there, so that you can commit to these relationships, whether or not you know for sure that they're going to help you with your career and get to where you want to go. Okay? I think if you can commit to these relationships despite some uncertainties that you have, it's going to help you hear where Uranus is, to reach some big goals and dreams of yours, to associate with the right groups of people, and to feel more authentically yourself. I also think that committing to these relationships is also going to help you hear where the North Node is, to talk more openly about who you are, to communicate better, and to create a community and work better with people around town in some way as well. But all of these things that are going to come in about you being able to create a life that's better for you and to communicate more openly about who you are is really going to depend first on you committing to some relationships, committing to some partnerships, committing to working with some people, even if you're uncertain about it. And if you can do that, then everything else is going to start to get easier for you, and there's going to be more clarity about your life and where it's going and how you think and communicate about it. All right? So that's what's happening this month. I don't think it's going to be, I think you're going to have some support here to make some of these decisions, even if they are hard. The reason why I say that is because we do have Venus here moving into your 7th house at the beginning of the month, helping you to better understand what relationships and what people you need in your life and to get comfortable with some of this stuff. You're also going to have Mars moving here into your 6th house of your job and daily routines as well at the beginning of the month too, helping you to move forward, to make some changes in your job and in your daily routine too, to have more of the relationships that it is that you want and to move your life in the right direction. So even if you have some big stuff that's going on and some big choices and commitments with relationships, I think you will have the support that you need to make them and to make sure that they're good for you and that they will last. All right? So that's what is happening there. Okay? Now after you make this big commitment to people, all right, towards the end of the month, then you're going to have Saturn, the Sun, and Venus all move into Capricorn, okay, which is going to be in your 8th house of changes. And Saturn's going to be here for the next 2.5 years of your life, all right, making this a big deal and a big thing. Meaning after you commit to some relationships and to working with people, the next 2.5 years of your life are going to be all about how you can partner more intimately and more deeply with these people that you're just now deciding that you want and need in your life. So I don't think these people are going to be around for a short period of time. I think they're going to be into your life for a while, and I think they're going to want to get deep with you, and you're going to share resources with them, and there's going to be a lot of emotional stuff that's going to come too that you're going to have to work out with other people in some way. Okay, but I think you really need to commit to other people and to making some really big changes in your life with these relationships in some way. And I think if you can commit to making these changes and to really going intimate with people, that you're now bringing into your life, it's going to help you really to create a career that you want, to move your life in the right direction, and to do some things that are really, really important for you. But first, just needing to make sure that you're moving forward with some relationships that are right for you, that can help you. Okay. And I think you're working on really creating an entirely new life for yourself that is going to be way better for you in the next 2.5 years. And you're just now setting yourself up this month to begin to have the people in your life, the job, and the daily routines that can help you to redirect your life to be in a much better spot here, that can give you the career and the life direction and the social standing that it is that you really want, okay, to make you feel the best and make you feel more powerful, okay, and just make you feel better with where it is that your life is going, and this month being the turning point to making a lot of these things happen. All right. So that's what I've got for you, Gemini. I hope that makes sense. Your card for the month is the Sun, reversed. This card, this is what I think this card is about, just looking at your chart, Gemini. This card to me is about responsibility. It's about a lot of serious things going on this month happening here, especially with the 6th house coming in, especially with your 7th house, big serious commitments that are going to be very heavy for you. May feel very hard for you to be happy, to find the joy in life, and to be fun. And I think what's going on with this card is you need to be okay with taking some responsibilities. You need to be okay with putting in the hard work, because I think if you can do the hard work now, make the commitments now, take on a lot of the responsibilities, it's going to help you have fun in the future. It's going to help you feel lighthearted in the future. It's going to put your life in the right place at another time. And I don't think you should see what's going on now as being heavy and hard. I think it's actually a great opportunity for you to create a better life for yourself, to be more carefree in the future, and to move forward on some really big things. And I think if you can see it as that, the opportunity as it is to really build a life that's better for you, this month is going to be huge for you, and a big month to help you turn your life around in a better direction and do something that's really, really important for you, okay? So that's what I've got for you this month, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.